Hi, folks. This is Alan Wolfe with YourSource News, and I'm speaking here with Scott Bekins. He's the president of the appliance and custom installation business that bears his family name. And we're speaking here on the anniversary, the first anniversary of the Service Committee, which Scott heads. And we thought we'd use this opportunity to kind of catch up on what the Service Committee is all about and what they've accomplished over the last 12 months.
There's a few things that I think it's important to understand. First, if you compare the appliance industry to a few other similar industries, if you go out and purchase a new automobile, you're buying it from a dealer that services. When you contrast that to the appliance industry, you'll find that a lot of appliances are sold through places that do not service. As an industry as a whole, when you compare it to any other technical field, we're the outlier. We're the oddball. And I think that it has really caused not only a problem for a lot of dealers in making it a professional, reputable, profitable business, but I think it's also caused a problem with where are we going to get the awareness, the desire for people to come into our industry, for this talent to come and say, hey, I want to make a career out of that.
Some great points here. I mean, it never occurred to me that how an auto dealership or the HVAC dealer, that's a key profit center for these guys. So we've got it kind of backwards here. But what I don't understand is these dynamics that they're talking about, the fact that the big box stores have relinquished the service side of things as well as a lot of independents, and that appliance installation and repair has become even more important. Shouldn't that play into your playbook? Shouldn't that make you guys even more valuable and be able to charge higher labor rates? Why is there that disconnect?
Well, I think that one of the biggest disconnects is really when it comes to warranty reimbursement. When you're a manufacturer and you have your own factory warranty service in Chicago, you can probably scale it to make sense and be a worthwhile operation. But the majority of independent dealers that are servicing are in mid to smaller sized markets where geographically it's much more spread out, and they can't have one service technician that specializes in just a brand or just a product. And we've got to get manufacturers to understand that while what they might do in Chicago works, that doesn't work in West Michigan or in Idaho or in other areas. And trying to stock all of those parts and getting a first call complete number that's reasonable, it's almost impossible to do, Alan. And I think it's going to get worse because we're seeing a trend where there's more and more manufacturers coming to the United States with unique and different products that all have unique and different parts that are not interchangeable and are not universal. Today, everything is so specialized and changes so quickly that parts inventory is a huge burden. And frankly, Alan, it can't be done at the level of an independent dealer. It just can't be done. When we get to the point where manufacturers and parts distributors take on the role of parts management for the dealer, one where they help with analytics to stock them with the proper fast-moving parts, take back the parts that are no longer fast-moving, and manage that inventory for the independent servicer, that's when we'll really start to make a big difference in the profits for servicing companies.
I would think, given BrandSource's buying power, the fact that we're a $20 billion organization and 85% of us are servicing dealers, that should hold some sway with the manufacturing community in terms of trying to reach out and find some sort of happy medium where everybody can make a profit.
And we're really hoping that our service committee can get to the point where we have some gold star manufacturers who say, look, we understand that this is important. We want our products to be sold through servicing dealers who take care of the customer so that our brand looks good and their brand looks good. And that they're willing to come up to that point where the independent servicing dealer can at least break even on the warranty calls that they're running for that manufacturer.
So you're facing all these challenges. You created this committee, you're heading it. Where do you begin? How do you even start? Because there's so many issues that have to be addressed. What was your game plan?
One of the things that you'll see is our playbook, the BrandSource Service Playbook. And this was a great achievement, I think. It's the first version, and we see that it's going to grow, it's going to get better, because we're just really seeing a lot of groundswell now that there's this awareness of our service committee and what we're trying to do. But this playbook is a compilation of best practices from some manufacturers, some independents, some industry experts, and it's a good start. It's going to give you good best practices that you can make your service business profitable and more professional. That's one of the great initiatives. We formed a parts program with Reliable. We also formed a program with USA and PSA, and we're starting on some great things with AVB marketing.
I got to admit, I had a sneak peek of the service handbook, and it's extraordinarily comprehensive. You guys really, I mean, you're saying this is a work in progress, but you covered soup to nuts, and that's something that's invaluable, I would think, to anybody in the business would want to be in the business. So congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. A lot of people put a lot of effort into that.
So looking ahead to the next 12 months, and hopefully we'll have a chance to chat again in July of 2020 or August of 2021. What's the next phase? What comes next for the committee and the group?
Well, for me, I think that there are probably 4 major things I want to tackle in the next year. First is, as we talked about, revisions to the playbook, make it an even better resource. Second, warranty reimbursement rates. I think a lot of the problems in our industry really starts with getting equitable warranty reimbursement rates from manufacturers and extended service plan providers. The other thing that we really want to focus on is the training. I talked about that earlier with coming up with a comprehensive roadmap for independent servicers to be able to put together their own training program by using the resources that we provide through BrandSource Service Committee and kind of forming their own. And then the last thing that I really think is important long-term for the service industry is to come up with a parts management program. So that's another big one that we really want to push on.
Scott, thank you. I want to thank you for your time, and congratulations on all that you and the committee have accomplished over the course of what's been a very unique and challenging year for everybody, and you still were able to make these inroads. And I look forward to reporting on your further initiatives as the year progresses. Thanks again.
Thank you, Alan.